What's poppin' lo bros? This is a news update for the PS5 coming holiday 2020. Like, subscribe and all that jazz, let's fucking do this. Sony recently held a conference discussing the PS5's SSD drive and, more importantly, some absolutely ridiculous features in their new controller. Sony execs Jim Ryan and Mark Cerny first talked about the solid state drive. They talked about not only how they are turning load times from a hassle to a blink, but also how the way SSD works and the other benefits. You see, a hard disk drive works something like a record player with a needle to read data. It must travel the grooves in the record until it gets the data it needs and returns it. This process is called a seek. Seeks take milliseconds, but they add up quick. To reduce load times, devs will duplicate small game assets throughout the data. Small things like lamps and shit, but that data adds up. In the game Spider-Man, a number of assets are repeated over 400 times. Basically, devs can take advantage of SSD not only by reducing load times, but also by reducing disk space required for the games and their respected patches. When asked about Sony's new patent for a voice-controlled assistant on the console, Mark Cerny responded, "We will talk about that another time." Now to the juicy bit, the new controller details. Cerny said the controller doesn't have a name yet, but it will feature adaptive triggers. Adaptive triggers that can adjust resistance on the fly. An example given was to make firing a bow and arrow feel like the real thing, increasing resistance the further back you pull the trigger. Another given was making a machine gun's trigger feel wildly different from a shotgun's. It also boasts haptic feedback far better than the rumble motor gamers are used to, thanks to highly programmable voice coil actuators, to the point that you can feel the very terrain you are traversing. Sand feels thick and bogged down. Ice feels slippery and glidey. A man playing Gran Turismo Sport said while driving on the border of the track and dirt, he could actually feel both surfaces in the palms of his hands. Combine that with an improved speaker and it produces an incredibly immersive experience. That does it for this news broadcast. I hope you appreciate the fast delivery. My goal is to bring you information without all that fluff content. Like, subscribe, comment nice. Bye bitch. Big ups to Ben Gursky for the music.